Good morning, guys. So it's February 19th, 2013, and this is my Jack LaLanne power juicer, centrifugal juicer, and this is my Omega 8006 juicer. And I love both of them, but for different reasons. And today, this is just an example of how well the Omega 8006 juices wheatgrass. For those of you who have been thinking about this juicer and whether it's effective in juicing wheatgrass and other green leafy vegetables, it is amazing. And you don't have to go out here and invest in a separate wheatgrass press and a juicer, as I was thinking I may have to before I actually did a lot of research on this juicer, and ended up purchasing it and found out that, oh my God, it's wonderful. Okay, so let's get started. I'm not going to really break down the pieces here because I think there's enough videos on YouTube that does a good job of breaking down the pieces and showing you everything that comes in with this juicer. So for now, sorry about the fingers. This is very novice, obviously. But for now, I will at least show you this. You know, it has a very powerful, heavy, durable kind of plastic thing that rotates and piece that rotates and presses. And then they have this strainer which it presses up against also when getting out the additional juice and pushing the pulp through the juicer. So that just slides in there. It's a kind of groove set for this particular shape that locks that into place. And so you just slide that in like that. And then of course the top with its grooves. And you just turn to the left and lock it. Okay. And then here's a little tower or a vegetable cup that catches the extra pieces off the top. So I already have my strainer in here with my smaller cup that catches all of the juice, fits snugly into this little groove, and then the pulp cup. So the switch is in the back here. You just turn this on, and you can sometimes I bend my wheatgrass in order to get it to press tighter, but you really don't need to do that, and that's probably not a good idea, honestly. Just feed it into the juicer straight, and the juicer pretty much does what it's supposed to do. You know, here it is going through there, and then you see all the juice, the wheatgrass juice spitting out at the bottom. And so we're going to add a little bit more. And here's the pulp also coming out of the front piece as it's being pressed and strained. And this, I have a 5-ounce container of wheatgrass that I got from, and this is actually the press, you know, the piece you should be using to press down, but I manipulate things a lot better, especially the wheatgrass, with my fingers, so I don't really stress myself about it until, you know, I need to stick my fingers considerably down the way of the the tunnel. So apologize for how novice this looks. I'm doing this with a camera phone by myself, so this is going to be, you know, pretty amateur looking. But it's just so that you get the point of being able to make a good informed decision if you're interested in pressing wheatgrass or any other green leafy vegetables with this particular juicer. Now you can see here the pulp. This is the wheatgrass pulp, and if you eat wheatgrass, most of you probably already know that this is not consumable by the human body. This is fiber, but it is not consumable fiber, so please do not ingest this at any point. But what I do, this wheatgrass should typically be very, very dry. And since it's not, right now I still see that there's still some liquid in there. I throw the pieces back in, which I've never seen anybody else do. But I do this to get the juice completely pressed out of the fibrous pieces and get more out of my strands of grass. And you can see it's still coming out here. And as you can see, this is a lot more dry the second time around. And I generally do this about 3 times just to, again, make sure everything is completely dry and that I'm getting the most out of it. What I will tell you is when you're refeeding this pulp through, do not, I repeat, do not put too much in at the same time because it will clog the juicer. So you want to feed these extra pieces in very slowly and not too compactly. So, be very cautious and make sure that your other pieces are being pushed through here and coming out the other end before you go and generously feed another piece of pulp through. Otherwise, because this nozzle here and right up in this part where it really starts to press out really tightly, it gets so extremely tight that if your pulp is moving through there too quickly, honestly, it will jam it and you will not be able to, or you will not necessarily not be able to, but you'll have a very difficult time getting that nozzle loose. It will auto shut down your juicer and it will stall. So please don't do that. However, okay, we're all done. Now we can see how much juice we have. Okay, so here's the juice in here, looking all good and tasty. And here I have a measuring cup that's made like a shot glass. I don't know how clear you can see this, but this is actually 1 ounce. So I'm gonna pour this in and see how much juice we got. And as you can see, we got a good solid ounce, which I'm going to enjoy now. Enjoy the juicer and your juice. Bon appetit.